All right, so hi guys, I'm back. So so nice to smile because I haven't been smiling, been boo-hooing over my husband. But anyway, so prior to getting married, your spouse, your fiance is getting ready to go into the Navy, enlisting into the Navy, or is enlisting in the Navy, is about to leave for boot camp, and you guys want to get married. I can only speak from my personal experience. And my personal experience, my husband and I, we had got married 15 days before he left for boot camp. He left on December 18th, and we got married December 3rd. What we had to do was take our children's and our marriage certificate, my social, my ID, our kids' socials, and their birth certificates, and my birth certificate, down to the recruiter's office. The recruiter office has you sign a form. The recruiter explained it to me. It was the form that explaining that, he's signing up for the Navy and this is what it is and blah, blah, blah. So, that's basically, I will get, if you have a question about what that form is and I see the question down below, I will specifically get that number to that form and I will let you know what number that form is. But you'll take all those items that I previously mentioned down to the recruiter's office. He'll take they have to be originals. He will take photocopies of all the paperwork, and then he'll have you sign the form, and then he'll give you your things back, and then that is that. Then I cannot stress this enough. If you are a married couple or you're planning on getting married, listen, it is very important to get a joint bank account. My husband and I, we have one household, and that is it. So we did not do the bank account. I'll talk to you about that in a second. So wait, let me back up. Okay, so you take that stuff to the recruiter. He gives you all your paperwork back after he takes photocopies. You're done. End of story. That is it. Sometimes recruiters will tell you, "Oh, don't get married. It's bad to get married before boot camp." Our recruiter, his recruiter told him that, no, don't get married. Don't get married. And Steven was like, "Oh no, dude, I don't marry her. I'm not going." Like, it wasn't a big deal. He really seen that Steven genuinely loves me. He saw that. So he was all right with it. So, he called me down and we did what we did. And as far as paperwork, and he gave it back, and that was that. So the joint bank account, if you guys have, your income is one, or however it is, you guys share bank or whatever, share funds, however you guys do it, you need to have a joint bank account. This joint bank account will be your access, his access, both of your guys' access. It'll be your guys' basically your lifeline. You need to have access to your funds, and you as a spouse need to have access, take care of bills and everything you need to take care of. So I did not do the joint account like we should have. We were told to do it and we did not. So luckily the NCO officer said, "Hey, you guys need to get a power of attorney, and Christina can use that and it'll be all right." And so that's what we had to do. We went and we Google searched power of attorneys, found the power of attorney, printed it out, had a notary come over and notarize that power of attorney. That power of attorney gave me access to my husband's bank account, which is now our bank account. So if you do joint account before your spouse leaves, make sure they have that account number and routing number written down or stored in their head. That's very, very important because that'll be the account that they used. I don't know about any banks really. I've only banked with Chase and Navy Federal now. So I like Navy Federal. It's easy. My husband's in the Navy, so not a big piece to put to that puzzle there. So we're with Navy Federal. I like Navy Federal. So let's see, joint account, power of attorney. Power of attorney has to be notarized. Power of attorney, I used the power of attorney because when my husband went to boot camp, sorry, lost my thought. When my husband went to boot camp, he did all the deer stuff and signed us up for. Well, actually, no, he did not. He signed himself up because he didn't have all the information that he needed, which was to do it. He would need the originals, everything. Even though he took the originals down to the recruiter, in order to enroll in DEERS, which is the medical and the dental, and to get your military ID, he will need to take with him, either take with him or get a power of attorney, and you can just do it yourself. I got my power of attorney, so I was able to get our military IDs without my husband taking me down there. So if he does it, he needs to take the originals, your driver's license or ID, the kids' social security cards, your social security cards, your driver's, said that again, sorry, your marriage certificate, birth certificates for everybody, and they have to be the originals. And he'll be able to add you that way. I'm not pretty sure if you'll be able to get a military ID that way. I'm clueless to that because the way that I did it was I had the POA, power of attorney. And so with that power of attorney, that allowed me, when he went down to boot camp, they do go through MEPS again. So when he went through all his MEPS again, he sat down, did the banking, and then he sat down and did the insurance. He enrolled himself in the insurance and everything. And then he sent the DEERS form to me to use. Had all his information in it, and he sent it to me. And I took it down to the base, and I went into the visitor's booth, got a visiting pass, went on to the base, went to pass an ID, showed them my power of attorney, showed them my DEERS form from my husband, and that was that. I took all the originals. I took my driver's license, I took my birth certificate, I took my social security card, took my kid's birth certificate, social security card, and I took my marriage certificate. And then I took my picture and I got my military ID. Sorry, I was just seeing how much time I've been on here. Okay, so that's how that works. Any questions, please feel free to ask me. All right? I am here for you. And I am so glad that I found some type of outlet because it's really, really, really hard. It's really hard being away from my husband. I miss him immensely. It's awesome if you have family around. That will make it great. And yeah, I don't have family here in Las Vegas. It's just me and my husband. Well, he's not here, and our children, but his family's here. Yeah. But maybe I'll get into that one day, but not right now. Right now, this is for you. Information for you. All right? So any questions, let me know, and I will be happy to answer them. Again, my husband shipped out on December 18th, and he has 8 weeks of boot camp, and we're down to 13 days until graduation day. So I will let you know what happens in weeks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there's a lot of things that go on. You'll receive a box with clothing. You're going to get a form letter for graduation. You're going to get deers. You're going to get a lot. So I'm going to end this. And any questions that you have, please feel free to ask me. Please. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Smooches.